Well, good morning, everybody. It's 6 in the morning. It's still dark, but I have a big day ahead of me today. Where to today? So I'm going to be doing 2 episodes today. So this will be sort of like part 1 and part 2. So part 1 is we're on the bike for about 3.5 hours, but I'm doing it arse up. I've got the town I'm going to first will be part 2, and the town I'm doing second is part 1. It's just how it's working in my head when I do the edit. So today, this one, part 1, is brought to you by the letter R, and it's about Ralston. 7 o'clock, and the sun's coming up. So we're making good time because it's nice and early. The sun's now up. I've now just come through the Blue Mountains. I'm just about to cross, well, what the Great Dividing Range is into the plain. I'm going to capture a little bit because it is always beautiful no matter how many times you ride it. But anyway, I'm going to have a little chat about something. Talk about things that get under my skin. And I want to really chat about, the reason I'm thinking about this is because it's just about, by the time this video comes out, it might even come out on the anniversary of my younger sister's death. So 2 years ago, my younger sister Donna, or Mia as she's sometimes known, passed away. She lived in Bali and she had a blood disorder. I managed to get all these doctors and I had friends in high places. Anyway, it was about the same time that COVID was starting, and consequently you needed a vaccination to get to Australia before they locked everything down. My sister was a conspiracy theorist, so under no circumstances was she going to have to be vaccinated, and under no circumstances would she even have a COVID test, because as she gradually got weaker in Bali, she would go to the local hospital, and because she wouldn't even have a test, she was left in a corridor and thrown plastic bags to pee in because the doctors and nurses didn't know what they were dealing with. Now the reason she wouldn't even have a test was Bill Gates' DNA putting in this reptile thing into her. She was so far down the rabbit hole for her, and they sent her home, effectively to die without any treatment. And it got me thinking about all the other crazy things that she believed in. For example, she believed that Australia was building concentration camps, and she had a friend in Queensland that took footage of this disused brick building with wire mesh fencing and all long grass, overgrown. And she'd take this footage and my sister would send it to me, and she goes, "This is a concentration camp that they're building." And I go, "Well, to me it looks like an old electrical substation that the council have just put a wire fence around to stop, the young people being idiots and going in there." But anyway, whatever. And I used to say, let's not talk about this stuff because I don't want to lose our relationship. And I do know that a lot of people lost relationships during COVID, lost family, lost friends because of the varying beliefs. I'm not here talking about whether what you believe is wrong or right. So that was one thing that she insisted was happening. Now, 2 years down the track, we don't have concentration camps, and everyone that was vaccinated is not in a concentration camp, because she thoroughly believed we were all getting herded into concentration camps and to die, because once vaccinated you would die in 2 years. The thing she believed in was that man did not land on the moon, under basics, and say, "But Donna, how can 80, 100, 200 people, the huge amount of people that were in NASA, watching this and managing it, how do they all keep a secret with no real footage or evidence that it was a fake?" I don't know why Australians get so caught up in American politics. It's got nothing to do with us. But she was a big supporter of Donald Trump. And she, along with many others, believed that I have a lot of friends in America, hello all you guys, that believe that as well. And I don't want to lose friendships over that. But what I'm speaking from an experience that I have lost a sister, and I believe it's because of those beliefs that she had. She would not accept help. I have researched why smart people go down that path, and the only sensible explanation is that they're so intelligent that they really do need to find a reason why diabolical things happen. Like, she didn't believe 9/11, that was an inside job. It didn't happen with planes, they were all photoshopped. She didn't believe that Sandy Hook massacre happened. All those poor little children are alive, and for what reason would their parents pretend that their children were massacred? makes no sense whatsoever. Anyway, that's my little, in my opinion, rave for today. I don't want to upset anyone, and friends that are conspiracy believers and believe all this stuff's going to happen. And I've been warned about banks closing, 10 days of darkness. Nothing's ever happened. Nothing. Go down that path as they need to find some, in their mind, logic that explains why these diabolical events happen. It helps them process it. So they come up with all these reasons. I just want to say, I miss you, Donna. I love you. Today is in memory of you. And I'm going to film now a little bit of the beautiful scenic road going down on the other side of the mountains, just to show you the lovely vistas and the landscape of country Australia. We're now entering Rylstone. Beautiful church. Well, we're here at Tanks and Tailpipes. Okay, no one's behind me. Hello. I love it when there's other bikers to watch me drop it. I'm always on my best behaviour when there's other bike riders around.
Oh, that's most definitely.
But, you know, I figure if I do, you'll help me pick it up, right?
Absolutely.
So much for helping me with all these people
Maybe
and
back
contacts.
to
Come on, Julia, show me this fabulous shop of yours.
Welcome, hello.
Yes, hello. Oh, this is great.
It's a small shop,
No.
3 square metres, but we kind of make sure that everything in here is hand selected, so
Yep.
has to pass the would my dad like it test.
Yes. Oh, right.
My late father, so always good
All
quality,
very.
Australian made stuff.
You got all the books. That's fabulous.
Yeah, love books, love old school
But you
stuff.
live here now, right? Don't
Yeah,
you?
live here now.
Yep.
Yeah, so
So this is. And how often do you open?
Fridays, Saturdays and Sundays.
Right. Nice. So everyone's got to get to Rylstone and visit Julia. And your hubby's name?
Pedro.
Pedro.
He only does guest appearances when
Does he?
10, 50, 60 odd bikes cruise through here. We've got car clubs that come through for a nice
Right.
run. Because you're on the loop, so you can come from Sydney, Blue Mountains, as you've done.
Yep.
Straight through. You can go up to the Hunter.
Right.
You know, so you can do the whole loop. You can go Paddy Road. You can go
Right. Yeah.
watch the world go by. You can have a pie. You can have a coffee from the cafe next door.
Local barbers, because me being an old barber myself, and I love the decoration. Waiting in the wings. What have you haven't done, mate?
Lady?
Nothing? You haven't? That beard's having a bit of a trim? No?
I'm just waiting for the sun.
Oh, that's your son there. Come on, Mick. I think we need a bit of a beard trim and a bit of a close shave.
That's all right. We'll get to it one day.
Okay. God, my bike nearly got wiped out. So I've come to the Rylstone Cafe and I'm having a vanilla malted milkshake. I'm running the risk of blowing up like a pregnant woman on the way home because I'm not real good with milk these days, but it is lactose-free, vanilla malted. Haven't had one for years, and it's bloody beautiful. I'm going to sit with Jerry, who's come from Mudgee to say hello.
How you going?
There you go. Jerry, tell me, what do you do in life?
Nothing exciting. I read people's electricity meters.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they get their bill from me.
Is there any way of fudging those things?
No, not at all.
You're not going to tell me anyway because you're on camera.
No.
Mick's going to give me a lift to Shirley's place because she's a couple of blocks up the road. And you're not an axe murderer or anything, are you, Mick? But Mick's been here for 50 years, so he's as local as he can get, I reckon. Right, we're going to see Shirley. She's the head of the Historical Society. And I don't want to move the bike, so I was going to walk, but Mick saved the day. So we're entering Shirley's house here. This is a beautiful cottage. Yoo-hoo! How long have you been living in Ralston for?
All my life.
All your life?
Yeah.
So you are a true local?
Yes.
True local.
Wool, mainly.
Wool?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Fine wool.
Fine
Yeah.
wool. Right.
Mm.
So obviously with wool, it's sheep.
Yes.
Sheep around here.
There was a tribe here. Part of that was Jimmy Lambert.
Mm-hmm.
They had a massacre at Bogey. They were the Davey tribe.
The Davey tribe, yeah.
Yes.
Which would be the same as at Kandos. I mean, it was this
Well,
area.
it was a whole area.
Yeah,
It was a
yeah.
Davey area. They were Wiradjuri.
Wiradjuri people, that's right.
Yes, but they were Davey in this section. Then Blackman was amongst them. He came across and saw the Cudgegong River. And that was about 1821. The Fitzgerald, the Coxes.
Which would have been, that's the Coxes with the Cox River, I guess.
Yes,
That part
yes.
of that name.
Well, they went to Mudgee as well as
Yeah.
him.
So, I mean, my maiden name is Fisher, and I saw my dad yesterday, and they were saying that his father, not that he knew him that well, but came from Ralston, the Fishers. I don't know.
Fishers
There were
here,
Fishers
yes.
here.
Yep.
There you go. That's where my relatives are.
Well, no, everyone knows about our cattle duffer, Jessie Hickman.
No, I don't.
Well, Jessie Hickman.
So is this a famous person in Ralston?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
tell me about
She's
him.
one of the most
Oh, her.
famous, yeah. She used to steal cattle.
So she was like a bushranger lady.
No, she
No.
was a cattle duffer.
Oh, a
Bushrangers are different.
Different. So a cattle duffer.
Yes.
Never heard of that expression before.
Haven't you?
No.
Oh, it's pretty old. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
I should then, shouldn't I?
A couple of books. She got caught once, but by the police, but she got away from there, and she travelled. She had a very fantastic life. She was in a circus, and she could shoot better than a lot of men.
Is she Australian's version of like an Annie Oakley, but a bit of an outlaw?
Yes, she'd pinch anything.
Captain Thunderbolts was held here,
Yes,
wasn't he,
he was
before he
held.
went shipped to Bathurst to go to
Yes,
jail?
That's right.
Yeah.
No, I've not heard of anything. I mean, you hear noises. There's lots of strange animals around.
Yeah. Also
there.
read somewhere, or was it? You've got the prettiest cemetery.
Yes, it is very pretty.
Yeah.
It's about
3Ks. I think I
Yeah,
passed it on the
3Ks.
way. Well, thank you. Thank you so
I'm
much.
going to give you that.
Oh, thank you. Oh, lovely.
So-
Thank you. I appreciate that. I found myself a vintage antique shop, and there's an electric chair here. So I walked through the back of a property to see where the Bullarama is. It's just there. They haven't started yet. We're going to make our way back home now. Oh no, to the winery, Bow Repairs. And this is the record store, right?
That's what happens when you don't drink coffee.
David, what is your biggest selling artist?
Fleetwood Mac Rumours.
I agree. Got any Bob Dylan?
Yeah, lots.
Lots. I'm a mad Bob Dylan fan.
So the property in terms of Western use is over 200 years old. It's one of the
Right.
oldest properties outside the Sydney Plain.
Okay,
So it's been all sorts of things in its history, apart from cattle and sheep.
We're going into
We're
now
going into the cellar door.
Debo Repairs.
Dubbo Repair. Yes, my ancestors come from Burgundy.
Beautiful.
So
Oh, look at this. And where do you live?
we live behind here.
Oh, so hello. You're okay?
This is Anna.
Anna, hi Anna. So the connection with limestone is that's what's good to grow
Yes.
wine in,
Oh, yes.
particularly the type that from Burgundy that you wanted to
Well,
replicate.
basically, the only wine region in France, the only significant wine region which is not based on limestone is Provence. Got Burgundy, which is where our
Your
ancestors
ancestors
come
are from.
And that's all of the wine development is in one valley. And Burgundy is one of the most obscenely expensive wine lands in the world. And
Got the chickens.
Yep.
Okay.
this out here,
Yep.
remarkably,
Yep.
is the seacoast of Gondwana land 450 million years ago. And that seacoast runs right under where our vineyard is now.
Yep.
It's very pure limestone, down 1/2 metre to 1 metre. So we've got pure limestone, and that is replicating all of the same wine
Yep.
regions in France.
Beautiful.
And we stumbled on France. And
This is the Aussie version of France.
This is the Aussie version of France.
We'll just have a look at the wines before. So you've got how many varieties of wines? 18 wines, and they're in
They're all in three hat
restaurants. So this is
we
very
don't-
special.
When people say, "What's your best wine? Which
Yep.
is best selling?" I say, "We don't have one."
No. All your varieties there.
Well, there's some others.
What's your favourite?
My favourite is Pinot Noir.
Pinot Noir.
Sip.
So I'm having a taste of, I like rosé. So Richard was saying this is a grown-up's rosé.
Absolutely adult rosé.
Adult. It's not giggle juice, he said.
Bordeaux. It's made from Cabernet, Merlot, Petit Verdot. Laid down your cellar for 15 years.
Yeah.
Pour
So I'm just
release.
having a taste because I don't drink a lot.
Proper
Here we
food
go.
wine.
That's it there.
Right.
I don't drink when I ride, especially when I've got to do 2.5 kilometres of that road again. I need to have my wits about me.
Is that enough?
Yeah. It's just that, I want to taste it. Oh, there you go. There you go. Thank you. Cheers.
But
Cheers.
you may
Cheers,
find,
Richard, thank
you
you.
may find the road is easier after you've had 3 glasses of wine.
Oh my God, that's beautiful.
You like that? That's an adult. It's very different to the
Take some time
typical.
to enjoy.
And I was going to buy it, but these lovely people have gifted me the rosé, so we're going to make.
the driveway, so she.
I made the driveway, and I'm going to go back, and it's been an absolute delight. But I want to come back, and I encourage everyone to come here. You do lunches or cheese platters and
Absolutely, yeah.
all that sort of stuff. Taste the wine; it's fantastic.
Yeah,
I'll
come
go
on
through
out.
this tonight when I get home. This is my reward for making.
That's exactly right.
In fact, you should. So
Is this available like in people in
We're not in Dan Murphy's. We're in all the premium restaurants and
premium
hotels
restaurants?
and hotels.
Can people go online and
Yes,
buy this
absolutely.
stuff? That's where you get it. Go online and get. Well, they're all beautiful, but I've got a thing for rosé.
We're doing something interesting and different here.
I think it's fantastic.